What's good, y'all? BT back doing another video. Hope it's not a delay. It's probably going to be, since it kind of delayed just now going through the process, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, I'm back. Took a little bit of a hiatus. Well, not a preferred hiatus, but let's just say the grind has been the grind, and I've been working as much as I can, trying to make this money, get things going, and just improve life and improve my routine only as I know how. Just to make you all aware, I've grown a new respect for customer service, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But before I do that, let me go into some of my other topics, and then you'll kind of see why I'm bringing that up the way I am. My phone just got a little bit of a upgrade of some sort. My battery, I've been having some minor issues with it, you know, getting this burnout on, but you know, hey, it happens, so I'm, you know, kind of dealing with that the best I can. Let's see if I can show this to you real quick. This will be hard to probably see it. Let me see. You might not see it, but anyway, it's a new little icon that I just added on my phone called battery percentage. So any of y'all who had a G1, if you want a good app, it's 99-cent app. It's called battery percentage, where basically it shows you the percentage of battery life left on your phone. It does what my account and Power Manager does, except you see it all the time, so it's not like it's going anywhere. Pretty useful app, pretty reliable app that I've seen, so, you know, and using it for the little amount of time I have. Let's see. I've had to do a little bit of slicing and dicing of some friends, and, you know, hey, that happens, but you got to do what's best for you and handle your routine according to what goes on in your life. More than anything, my biggest thing, or my heaviest news, is I talked with my cousin. Well, we kind of had like a messaging moment back and forth, and eventually it turned out where she was kind of telling me a few things. She didn't tell me all per se, but she kind of told me ways that why I'm the way I am. And for those of you all who want to know in detail what was stated or how it all played out, if you check over here, as always, you know I'm putting everything up there, the links. Spot shadow those blogs. I got plenty of them up there that'll kind of give a cut and dry ideas to what's been going on, why the routine has been the way it's been, why those who do understand me have been still in the loop, you know, etc., etc. So it's just kind of food for thought, you know, taking it for what it's worth. And okay, the reason I have a newfound respect for customer service is part of it has to do with, of course, because I work in it, you know, in the CSR game or customer service rep game or whatever. But more than anything, I think now I know what to expect with just about anybody. People come in with these stories, the economy, the recession, unemployment, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, and I can't deny taking any of that away from any of them. It's just very intriguing because you just don't know what can happen to you the next day, or who can come in with what story, because every customer comes in with a different routine, and I'm a living witness to that. It never fails how many times I've had to sit and hear stories about people who are going through stuff like they're the only ones. In so many ways, I guess, flatline, you just had to be there for them. I knew it was something I forgot to talk about. Playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? Yeah, Boston got their W against Chicago. Congratulations to Derrick Rose for Rookie of the Year. Now I'm gonna say this real quick, and I want to kind of put it on the table, flatline. One of my boys, he thought OJ Mayo should have got it. All right. First off, where's OJ Mayo right now? Second off, who had a more impact, not only to that team but to the league? Like, they showed numerous highlights of Derrick Rose somehow in SportsCenter and, you know, everything. I think what hurts OJ is the fact that he was in Memphis, and I know that's kind of cheesy to say, but it's 100% truth if you look at it. Michael Beasley, two things. Sad, man, you know, it sucks that you didn't get the Rookie of the Year, because, you know, you had a good season, but You was off the bench, on the bench, off the bench, on the bench. But number two, what is up with the cornrows, buddy? I'm sorry. It's no. Whoever told you to do that should have said no. Should have stuck to the little close cut you had, like yours truly. No, I'm just kidding. Should have stuck to the close cut like you had coming into the NBA. But hey, to each his own. I've gone through my rough and rugged castaway moments too, so it is what it is. Anywho, the rest of the playoffs, LA should sweep Utah in their sleep. Cleveland should have no problems with Detroit. I'd say Boston is going to have a tough time with Chicago because they're getting ready to go to Chicago. So if they can get one of those two games, and they'll have home court back. New Orleans has been great. You know, I think Chris Paul is a good point guard, but just not your year. I mean, you're going against a veteran point guard in Chauncey Billups. Dallas is just, Denver's that good. The Dallas-San Antonio game series, I would have to say, is going to go 7 games. Portland and Houston I haven't kept up with because it's not of interest to me. Orlando should be able to knock Philly off in 6. And I would go on a limb in pulling, if you want to call it that, an upset of Miami beating Atlanta strictly because of experience, because Wade does have that way of carrying a team while, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Congratulations to Jason Terry for being 6th man of the year. Congrats to Mike Brown, the coach of the Cleveland Cavs, for being coach of the year. Yeah, I think the only awards left that I know of are most improved and, of course, the MVP. MVP still, to me, whether anybody loves it or hates it, is still going to be LeBron. I think Kobe had a great run this year. He was they had a good record. They beat Cleveland in their games. But when it comes down to who did more damage in the league this year, hands down LeBron. Kobe's a better player. We're not going to sit here and disregard it. But LeBron had a better season this year, and that's how I'm looking at it. You got to think, Kobe's been in the league at least 11 to 12 years, and you got LeBron that's on his 6th year. Do the math. So to those of you all who think that I'm like the LeBron lover or something like that because I did the video about LeBron versus Kobe, my opinion, what I stated in that video was truth in reference to their style of gameplay. They play like night and day, literally. So you just have to factor that into how they are as superstars. And when it comes to like career-wise, of course, Kobe has him beat by a landslide. I mean, you got 3 championships, possibly a 4th, depending on how the matchups work out. But I mean, LeBron has not had the talent that he has now, or the role players, or the bench that he has now to really get over the hump. And with Boston kind of shooting themselves in the foot, it's been a tough battle. So I say all that to say, if you haven't done so, for my non-basketball fans, I respect the game. Don't get too dulled out by the draft. I told a friend of mine, we've been going back and forth about it all morning. Avoid, if you want to have fun with the draft, what I suggest you do is get a piece of paper, Saturday and Sunday, and see how many times the word uprising and potential and downfall, all of those words that you just don't need to hear on a regular basis. See how many times it's used in stock, draft stock. That's the other one. Keep an eye on how many times those words are used in the NFL draft. So y'all enjoy, be good, be safe. You know I'm coming back doing it big, only as I know how. Stay consistent with the routine. And if you haven't done so, self-evaluate yourself. If you can't do it, get someone who does, because a lot of people know you better than you may know yourself. All it takes is just being around you and learning who you are. Alright? You know how it is. Blood, sweat, and tears. BT all day, every day. Signing out. Holla!